Field trips help learn something hands-on.
I think the purpose in field trips are for kids like in school to get a hands-on experience of whatever event they're going to.
But when you go on a field trip, you learn outside of the classroom environment.
I find it easier to learn when I can actually like physically feel the things or like see the things or like do the things that I'm supposed to be learning.
For SFA, I would say being able to go to sound stages or the Foley stages at Chapman really help film students learn what they're getting into in the future.
My name is Harry Cheney, and I teach here at Chapman. I'm a professor. Been here for 27 years, something like that. Long time, yep. And I'm a former sound editor, retired just a few years ago. I worked on, just look at my IMDb. I can't remember what I worked on, but I worked on a lot of stuff. Today we had the awesome Anaheim School District's high school kids out to do Foley and Walla at our amazing ADR stage.
With the Chapman field trip, I really learned that I do love sound design. I was reminded a bit of like when I did voice acting over the pandemic with the Walla part. So like maybe since I already know how to edit my own voice a little bit, from there, that's a possible career path is going into like sound editing.
Well, the facility is amazing. We have everything you could possibly need to make a movie here. The people here are really nice. The students are the nicest people you ever want to meet. So there's no competitiveness. It's all help each other out. It's a great school.
Before I went to Chapman, I was planning on going to Chapman. I had that as my school that I wanted to go to, Chapman University. But after visiting the school and hearing the tour and hearing everything about it, I don't think I want to go there anymore. Which is funny because it's a great school. It looks wonderful. But what I learned there is that you don't need a wonderful film school to do good. You don't need to pay a bunch of money and go to an advanced, fancy film school to make it in the industry. You just need to work hard.
What you're learning here is really important, but the most important thing is for you to go out and meet people in the industry. You need the internships, starting as soon as you possibly can and take as many internships as you possibly can. The key is to work really hard no matter what you're doing. In an internship here, you don't rely on your degree because your degree is not going to get you anything if you haven't worked hard to get it. And so if you just take a class and get the A or the B and then graduate and then expect to get a job, it's going to be really hard. But if you work hard, start getting internships before you graduate. I know people who've actually gotten jobs before they graduate, and meet people, work with people, work on as many films as you can. You could be out there every weekend working, and then you're going to make it.
Harry, the professor giving us the tour, he taught us to work really, really hard. I think that definitely works in film, but in any industry. If you're there and you're willing to give the coffee to your boss, you're willing to do the grunt work, the work nobody else wants to do, and you're willing to just give it your all and put yourself out there, then you're going to go places. People are going to notice your hard work, they're going to notice your dedication, and it's that really brings you into the better positions. In the Chapman field trip, during the lunch break, me and a few other kids decided to not eat lunch and go to the animation part of Chapman, a separate building. Probably the most interesting thing that we saw there was this one studio where they did the visual effects. They had a massive LED screen. Instead of having a green screen, you just have an LED wall where you can project any screen you want. And they had a huge one of those, way taller than me. And we were given a tour by Sam, one of the students there, that showed us how the screen worked. It was just an awesome experience that taught us a lot about the virtual VFX side of filmmaking.
My favorite field trip was the Warner Brothers one. I think that was pretty much everyone's answer. It's probably one of my favorite field trips I've taken throughout my whole school experience.
We learned about the whole part of filmmaking, the pre-production, post-production, and you just see every single aspect of filmmaking, and it's magical.
You really get to see like the little pieces that no one really notices, surreal is a good word to describe it.
There's so many jobs in it. There's fashion, there's set design, there's the cinematographers, the editors, the directors. There's so many parts of film, and you could choose any part. And probably the most magical part of that field trip, the reason why it's my favorite, is the sets. You're in a jungle one second, and the next second you're in a neighborhood, and the next second you're in an office building. Like, the sets that they build, it's like 100 different worlds all around you.
Last year, we weren't able to go onto any field trips, and so field trips definitely help create those career pathways and allow me to see clearly what I want to do in regards to film.
But this year with field trips, I feel like it really encompasses all parts of film. Now we're not just focusing on editing, we see the sets being built. We see the actual places where we're going to be going in the future if we decide to pursue film. It really takes the academy and puts it in a whole new level.
Overall, I think these field trips really helped me see the film industry as not something unrealistic, which is a narrative I was taught a lot when I was younger.
I believe field trips should continue to be invested in for film because film is a really hands-on thing and it helps us film students plan ahead for our future because you don't get that opportunity anywhere else.